Ah, the Hall of Fame. As sports fans, we eagerly await the Hall of Fame classes every year, and when the finalists are announced, we have opinions. This guy shouldn't make it on the first ballot. That guy should have made it years ago, and this guy shouldn't even be on the ballot, and so on and so forth. This year, the NFL Hall of Fame had a first, and that's a player making into the Hall of Fame based purely on being a return specialist. That player, as we all know, is Devin Hester. Now let me just state this. I absolutely believe that Devin Hester belongs in the Hall of Fame. He's the greatest return man of all time. When I was a kid, one summer day when I was bored, I made a top 100 players in NFL history list. And somewhere in the 80s to 90s, I put Devin Hester on that list. And my reason was due to him being the greatest of all time in an entire aspect of the sport, he belongs amongst the top 100 players. Now I don't know if I'd put him in my top 100 now, but I still stand by that argument. If he is the greatest return man of all time, then he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Now, I don't think he will ever be topped because let's face it, the NFL is phasing out kick returns. There were a total of 2 kick return touchdowns in the NFL in the 2023 season, one of which was by a fullback, which was fucking awesome by the way. Oh, so he drops it, picks it up, makes a couple guys miss. After dropping it, looking like Deshaun Jackson against the Giants in 2010, look at him outrun the kicker. He's down the sidelines. He's got one man to beat. He misses his ankles, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. Anthony Beck, they say the fullback position is dead, but you're a legend for that kickoff return touchdown. That was fucking awesome. I love how the last guy that he has to beat to get to the end zone when he's on the sidelines had the angle, and he still managed to outrun him. That was awesome. But yeah, Devin Hester, GOAT return man, particularly with returning punts. When he got a few blocks and had some open field to work with, he was special. Now as a kick returner, I think he gets a little overrated. Of course, we all remember him opening Super Bowl 41, taking the opening kickoff to the house. That was an iconic play, obviously, and every time I see that play, I'm always fascinated by the white guy who almost catches him without an angle. Matt Giordano is his name. Anyways, I'm very pro special teams players making the Hall of Fame. As of right now, there's 1 punter in Ray Guy, and 2 kickers in Morton Anderson and Jan Stenerud in the Hall of Fame. Next year, Adam Vinatieri will be eligible. I have a feeling he'll probably get in on the first ballot, but if not, he will definitely get in eventually. Sebastian Janikowski will be eligible next year too, but I doubt the NFL will induct 2 kickers in the same Hall of Fame class. But if they did, that would be awesome. Man, it would actually be so based if the NFL inducted 2 kickers in the Hall of Fame in the same year. I think Matthew Slater might have a chance to be the first special teams gunner to be enshrined in Canton. As per the long snapper, well, I don't know about that. We'll see when Don Moldback is eligible. Actually, I doubt we'll ever see a long snapper make the Hall, unfortunately, but who knows? With Devin Hester in and a few kickers and punters making it down the line, and hopefully Matthew Slater making it, maybe we could finally have a realistic conversation about a long snapper being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Anyways, to me, Devin Hester is a Hall of Famer. But let's just look at a few guys who made it in over him. There are a few glaring selections I see. Reggie Wayne, Antonio Gates, and Jared Allen. You could also argue Torrey Holt and Fred Taylor deserve to be in it over him. Those are 2 very underrated guys from the 2000s. But to me, Devin Hester making it before Reggie Wayne is just not right. With Andre Johnson making it, a guy who absolutely deserves it, I think fellow 2000s wide receiver legend Reggie Wayne should have made it along with Johnson. You can argue who's better in the comments. I think Andre Johnson was the better receiver between the 2, but it's close. Of course, Reggie Wayne had the pleasure of having Peyton Manning throw to him, but hey, in 2011, when Peyton was out for the season, and the Colts had a starting rotation of Curtis Painter, Don Orlovsky, and Kerry Collins, he still mustered out over 70 catches and 900 yards. Well, let's not forget that, from 2008 to 2012, Matt Schaub had a passer rating of 94 and averaged 270 pass yards per game, but still, Andre Johnson was successful early in his career catching passes from David Carr, and he was still productive when Matt Schaub fell off a cliff in 2013. But anyways, to me, Devin Hester doesn't make the Hall of Fame over Reggie Wayne, nor Jared Allen. This year's class had Julius Peppers and Dwight Freeney enshrined in Canton, and it would have been cool to see another legendary edge rusher from that era make it. Now I get it, he doesn't quite have the longevity Peppers and Freeney had, but his peak was arguably better. Jared Allen was a beast. I hope to see him in Canton soon. I would also put Antonio Gates in over Hester. Antonio Gates is one of the greatest tight ends of the last 25 years. He has the record for most touchdowns at the position, more than Tony Gonzalez, and he played in 34 less games than Tony G. Maybe Gates will get in when Phillip Rivers is eligible and they could get in together. Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates were an amazing duo. They are the 4th most productive receiver-quarterback tandem in terms of touchdowns of all time. but does Phillip Rivers get into the Hall of Fame with his lack of playoff success? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm glad to see Devin Hester make it. I just personally think it was too soon given the guys he made it in over. I hope we get to see more special teams players make it to the Hall of Fame in the coming years, and if Matthew Slater makes it as a gunner down the road, maybe, just maybe, we could talk about a long snapper being inducted into the Hall of Fame. Who am I kidding? That's never gonna fucking happen.